retarded.
The following presentation contains the personal opinions and views of the host and their guests. These views are their own and do not represent, reflect, or imply the official policies or positions of any organization, company, or association. Viewer discretion is advised.
Just high, put my 45, don't get out of line. Yeah. Ooh, pick a side. Only double lines we cross is dollar signs. Yeah. Ooh, hold up, wait. I hear you just got paid, make it rain.
Hit around, everybody go mute. Me, my crew, big energy. Woo!
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hey. We are back and we are ready to talk about reality, y'all. There's a lot happening this month. There's a lot happening. But before we do that, I have to give a shout out. My baby girl Marlo turned 5 on Monday. So happy birthday, boo-boo.
Happy birthday,
so
Big
proud
Lo.
of you, Big 5. Giving her a quick little shout out. Also, very quick, just, current events. Something really major happened dealing with the championship. So I'm going to let Shay just honorably mention just a small portion of the sports segment just before we get to the meat and potatoes.
Okay, well, it was a difficult weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We had the highs of the highs on Friday night.
Yes.
And South
Great
Carolina beat the tar off of UConn. And we were very happy about it.
Yes, we did.
Okay, and we love Don and we will ride for Don. We could talk about his behavior, but that would lead to further conversation that needs further dissection. So we're not going to go there.
Amen.
On Sunday, we watched the championship game. Okay, I watched the first half of the championship game.
Same.
And then since there was
then I started cooking. Because it was just
it was tough.
It was a repeat.
It was tough to see Don to go out like that 2 years in a row. Right? It was really tough. But shout out to UCLA, whatever.
They wanted it, baby. They wanted it. It was their first ever. I think it's great for basketball that there's no repeat champions. I like when it's not I kind of hate
UConn women's.
Yeah, it's like I hate dynasties, but I love Dawn, so I'm kind of hypocritical.
Well, that's because we wanted Raven. We wanted Raven to go ahead and get
right.
hers
I
on
wanted
her
her
way
to
out.
go out. Yes.
The men's game last night was really good.
It was
Michigan versus
UConn.
I was just glad that UConn lost in both games.
That do remind me of Baltimore. Every time I see him, I'm like, look at Baltimore on that court.
That's terrible. But
Dan Hurley looked like. He looked like he reminded me of Baltimore.
Well, he defended Geno, so automatically that puts you on my list.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
we cannot allow subpar white men to just get away with this behavior, because if Don would have behaved the way he did,
she would have all kinds of ghetto.
We would have been calling her all kinds of names.
Girl, they would have got rid of her. What you mean? That would have been cause for her to be exited.
But nobody likes
Geno
though. Nobody likes that man.
Geno has a history of talking crazy to women, going all the way back to that Summit and other women. Like, because he's a winner, gets away with a lot of terrible things, in my opinion.
Agreed.
But if you watch the video of him approaching Dawn in the way that he did, and she said she will F him up, I believe it.
And then she said he is risen. And then at the end of it, she said he is risen. Had to remind herself, had to get her religion back.
Yes. Again, we hold Black women to a standard that is unfair.
Agreed.
We just do. But anyways, it was a good sports weekend. Yeah. We have the NBA championships starting. Is the play-in this week, or maybe it starts next week?
I believe it's next week. The play-in starts.
Play-in starts next week. Yes. Oh, I should know that because it's always for my anniversary. So yes, it starts next week. So we will be looking out and seeing how the teams play. I saw Big Vic got hurt last night, so we'll see.
What?
Yeah, he not playing tomorrow, so we'll see. It's been very difficult in my household because the Lakers
lost everybody. Everybody gone. Everybody just going back-to-back days.
AR. But I told Darren last week when we were watching the game, I said, I think AR-15 is hurt. Like he's holding that side. And he was like, nah, he's not. He's not
okay.
He's not all right.
And in fact, he's hurt.
He is hurt. And Luka is hurt. And so that leaves old man Brian.
Wait, Luka hurt?
Girl, yes.
They got hurt in the same game.
He actually tore his hamstring, like grade 2 tear.
Yep.
My athletes keep getting hurt, Lord. This ain't good.
That's it. But now you still got Jason Tatum. He back. We don't know. Like Jesus himself had to touch him because no logical.
That man was working hard. That man was working hard though. Like he was working really hard on his recovery.
The science that these doctors have now is like it's unheard of to me.
Like it's gonna be like an interesting playoff because the Celtics, because he was supposed to be out the whole season, so nobody was counting on them even being in the playoffs at all. And now they're like
the second or third
seed.
Yeah.
So we shall see. And then the question is, can OKC take the West again?
I'm sick.
I like them. I like how they play. Like they look like they have fun with each other. But everybody keeps saying Denver, and I can't stand Jamal Murray. I think he is a dirty player. He has the most punchable face to me.
He does.
I can't stand him.
So with that, y'all, we're gonna do a quick little honorable mention. I'm gonna let Mandy announce this one. Go ahead.
We went to the championship. Sorry, Asia, you done had 4. You done did it, girl. I love you so much, but you got 4 MVPs, 4 this, 4 that. This the Atlanta Dream year, baby. If y'all don't know, the Chicago Sky has finally released my girl Angel Reese, and she down in the A. And it's causing the city to have an uproar. The city is in an uproar. They finna have to move every game to State Farm Arena again. It's a resurgence. It's insane. I'm just so excited. Like because normally I go. So unfortunately, being an Atlanta Dream fan, we had a really good year last year. We did. We was in the playoffs. Our rivals, unfortunately, is them Fever, which I'll get into that. Is gonna be even worse this year because now we got the Caitlyn and Angel thing back. Because she on Atlanta now, so that's gonna start a whole bunch of think pieces in it. And I think that people need to start investigating these commissioners. Because guess who we played 4 times this year?
Indiana Fever.
We played Caitlin Clark 4 times.
That's for the rivalry. That's all that I missed.
So remember, there's only 15 teams.
That's true. So we're gonna have to. That's true. So we're gonna have to. But it just seemed even more worse.
4 times is crazy.
Yeah, it seemed even worse. And now we got Angel Reese. But I'm so excited. The energy in the city is lit. I mean, her jersey. So I bought one, baby. I hurried up and got me a jersey, and I bought my tickets for the first game. First home game is against my girl Asia. I mean, you can't write this up. You can't write the script up even any better. You our first home game, you got Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, Alicia Gray.
Girl, Bam gonna show up.
Bam definitely gonna be in the
building. Gonna show up because he definitely gonna be at home. They definitely not gonna be in the playoffs.
Season will be over.
This gonna be like it's gonna feel like when LeBron come play the Hawks. Like that's how the game's gonna feel. Like the energy, the celebrities, it's gonna be insane. Shout out to women's basketball. They got more money. Our women are finally getting paid. A lot more money. Okay, this season we're going up, and up. So shout out to my girl Angel. I'm praying.
And she looked really good. She looked really good in her Victoria's Secret ad too.
Yes, she do.
She did. Ain't Asia one of y'all athletes? Ain't she more?
Nike.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she would not get. She ain't with me. She
need to make a kid shoe. That's all I'm saying.
She do.
All them women that got shoes don't have little girl shoes is the dumbest thing to me.
Okay, but you already know, Jasmine, working in this industry, how much tooling and how like the redesign has to be for a kid's shoe because of their fixtures and like their
But they the one that's gonna wear them more than
that's what I'm
but
saying.
all I'm saying is I hear the design resources to just do one kid's shoe is absolutely ridiculous because of the restrictions. So that's why if we do it, it's in a full family size where it's the same shoe and we just try to like change something, but to like do like a whole like reconcept, it costs a lot of money and a lot of resources. But it doesn't mean it shouldn't be done. It just means that in this moment we still got to figure out, like we're still trying to figure that piece out.
I'm just saying that Giannis makes kid basketball shoes.
That's what I'm saying. All the men do, just the women don't. That's why I don't.
Should also have a kid shoe.
Especially young
but
girls.
we also just broke through with just getting Asia to even have a shoe. So
valid point.
And I mean, but it's killing though. It's killing. It's killing.
So we gotta give them time.
Okay, by Juju.
Right, by Juju. Yeah. Kids should have a shoe by then. Right. We got to keep breaking them barriers. And unfortunately, Asia always got to be the one to break it in. She might not see the thing right off the bat.
Somebody got to be Moses, dog. Everybody can't make it to the promised land.
She got to part the Red Sea.
Here we go. Y'all a mess.
Well, I mean, but she's the perfect one. Again, that was last year. She had the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
In all the things.
I just couldn't believe it. First person to do it ever.
I don't know why they need to make her the face.
She is the face.
She need to be the face.
She the face. She the star.
She needs to be the woman. When they do the women's sign, WNBA, that needs to be her.
That's real. That's real. That's real. So
or in the feast. Right. Anyways.
All right. So with that, we're going to move from sports segment to the meat and potatoes of what we're about to get into. So we're going to start first with the ones that are already going. We're going to talk about Belle Collective. We're going to talk about Huntsville. But of course, y'all know we got to hit Atlanta as the opener. So we're going to get through the first couple wins first, and then we'll give y'all like what our thoughts are on the first episode of the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, so let's kick it off first with we're going to do Belle Collective. I feel like Belle Collective is having again another really great season. It's something about these ladies that just like keep me interested. I can't explain it. It's just something about their personalities, how authentic this shows, like even the relationships and how much they're showing. I just think this show is it's underrated. But with that, I want to talk about the Glenn and Letitia drama of it all. It's been a hot topic of conversation about Glenn and Letitia's relationship. So we know when they first came on the scene, it was evident that with Glenn working in the oil rigs, he was being very unfaithful. It allowed him to go back and forth and be away for long periods of time. And with that, bro was out here living his best life.
Best life,
his best life. And his wife, Letitia, was, I'm not going to say okay with it, but like, because she's one of them girls that like, if I don't have full evidence, is it really happening? Even though there was a lot of speculation around it. Fast forward to, I want to say maybe 2-3 seasons ago, where it finally comes out that he may have an illegitimate child. So at that point, I don't know what other evidence you need.
Marla, wait, it gets worse. You're not telling the what they did the DNA test on the stage at the reunion.
Yes.
Maury style.
Oh boy.
You are not the father on stage, Jesus.
But my issue is the fact that you could be, and the fact that we're sitting here as if you could be. It's just still like, and Letitia is one of those women that blame anybody who tells her of the drama versus handling her husband about why this is drama in the first place. So fast forward to this season. Well, I even say a little bit of last season where they ended was we got to get to, as you say, Goddess Links Latrice. It's so sad to me because I know she's so fabulous. She had a party at her house.
Crazy.
And it was the first time that it was a full cast party. And there was already speculation from her hairstylist that Glenn was in her DMs having inappropriate conversations. And there was little flirtation and just stuff that was inappropriately said back and forth. Now, Latrice saw the text messages as well as what's my girl Tamra, who always conveniently never seemed to speak up on nothing, but she was definitely a part of that situation. So they get to the party, and Latrice is like, it's a couples party, so like, we're gonna do couples questions, and she told her assistants, y'all go ahead and make some of the questions, I got other stuff to do. So fast forward to the part of the questions. One of the questions is read. I truly believe production slid this in.
Yeah,
but
Carlos
himself. It was, have any of the cast members been attracted to any of the other spouses? And so immediately everybody's like, what kind of question is that? Why would you
to put that in there?
We ain't
like
no
what
swingers.
that's we don't do that. And immediately, I don't even remember the girl's name because I just look at her as a bird. What's her name?
Amanda.
Oh no, we don't like that because the real Amanda don't do that. We don't do that. But Amanda, the hairstylist, was like, well, Glenn, you can't say nothing because, and so it starts this whole thing where everybody's like, what is she talking about? What? And then he stands up and down like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, we don't be talking. And she's like, yes, we do. And she looks at Tisha and she's like, if you want to talk, we can talk. And I just turned into a whole thing.
Bird.
Bird behavior.
But out of that situation, the real blame really should have been on Glenn, but Tisha took it upon herself to be more mad at Latrice because she felt like Latrice being her friend, it was a setup and she shouldn't have did that. Now, how you get that out of your man is literally having inappropriate conversations with another woman is so bizarre and crazy to me. So at the reunion before this new season, like, Latrice stands firm. She's like, you still got a problem with me. And at the end of the day, you need to take it up with your husband. Your husband is the one that you need to be mad at. You mad at everybody else but him. And she's like, I'm going to deal with him. And no, you're not. You are mad at anybody who brings you whatever, because at the end of the day, y'all are going to be together and it is what it is. He can embarrass you, whatever. You're mad at me and deflecting when you need to be mad at your husband. So going into this season, it starts with the drama of, again, he's like, I don't understand why you don't trust me. Now, here's where I put my foot down. This is where I said I'm done and I'm upset. How are you going to plan for me to have a recommitment ceremony? Ain't a decoration. There's white chairs on the beach. You got a flower, a thing of roses in your hand. Ain't nothing decorated. Ain't nothing decorated. It just looked like people just sitting there. I was so dumbfounded after how much you messed up. This is what you give me?
That's what she do.
She still was like, well, you want me to plan my own stuff? I don't understand. But she showed up. And she did a recommitment to that man, crying and all, saying he better not do it again. When in reality, what's going to happen?
He going to keep doing it again.
Okay. So we get into now where like she's trying to build her career. And I love seeing this side of her, right? A big piece of their issue is she is a businesswoman, which we keep saying.
I was just going to say, quote unquote, because what is she still doing?
We're trying to understand some things. But she's starting her own talk show.
And 9 episode drop.
She had Lonnie Love and like people give her feedback on it. She's doing a photo shoot. This man show up so unprofessional.
But that whole thing was from
crazy.
So unprofessional. He is talking about some, oh, well, who is this? And why you come into her manager like that as her husband? And then he's like, you need to fire him. Like, you literally about to lay hands on this man. Like, you about to fight this man. This is a professional photo shoot for her. And this is how you're showing up.
No, the worst part, Marla, was him trying to take control. Like, and I need to be CC'd on every email. I need to be add me.
Because he thinks she's out cheating because he's out cheating.
Well, then she didn't help it by next saying that she wanted to be celibate. I'm like,
no, that was a crazy. Let me tell you something. That was the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I never see that like that. How you gonna be celibate with your husband?
Yeah, I never heard nothing like that before.
Your husband. So your husband. I just
said, I have to be careful about the energy around me and the energy that goes side me. I said, girl, that's your husband though. Like
your literal husband that you sleep next to every single night.
Well, I guess I feel like if you feel like you got to do that,
why are you
we
mad?
should probably end this.
How about we move on?
Yeah,
how about we move on from this?
Because I'm with him. Go ahead, Jay.
I think she just don't have. Clearly, she don't. It's not gonna say she don't have money, but he controls the money in their house.
Yes.
It's like what happens is because she's been with him for so long, she don't control no money. She don't have nothing. Yes. So for her to leave, she's starting from zero. And I think she realized that one time when she tried to
leave.
She realized I don't have nothing. So now here it is. He's scared that once she get this money up,
it's a wrap. Like every man that. And also it's like a cultural thing too. It's like they're in the South. They're in like the deep South. And that man has been with her since high school. He was working on oil rigs. She was a stay-at-home mom. You know what I'm saying? So of course she didn't have no control. Of course he didn't want that. And so now he like, okay, she's stacking up her paper to leave me. I'm gonna make it hard. Period. Yeah. I'm gonna make it hard for her. Like just make it hard.
And now he's asking to be her business manager.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest.
What are we talking about here?
He bought at home because remember he quit his job. Y'all keep forgetting he quit his job without telling her. Remember that was another part of it last season. A trucking business.
Yeah.
Yes, and who knows what it.
All I'm gonna say is she do breakfasts, lunches, she do brunches, she do all this stuff. What is all this coming to? Like, what is all of this? What does all of this mean?
And you know what's bad?
They also do what is business? What is the bail thing that they also?
She's a bail bondsman.
Yeah, she's a bail bondsman, and it's like, girl, you don't have no good team around you because if your first episode or whatever episode of the season that you talk about your talk show with Lonnie Love, that should have dropped directly after. You should have been posting on your social media like. Okay, my show's like even Dr. Wendy and that failed those show. At least she had a couple episodes out.
That and also her first guest was Tisha. I
was about to say that.
I was about to say
that. Is that a good segue? Is that a good segue?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, we're going to talk about going from Belle Collective into one of other Carlos's worlds. Love and Marriage Huntsville this season. Now, every season we be like, I don't know what else they can do because
and they prove us wrong every season.
But you know what? I gotta say when I'm wrong.
Do
that? No, it's kind of a continuation. It's like I'm reading a
girl, we still on that. Do I realize we only
Wattpad? I'm reading a Wattpad book.
We on season 4 and it's been 12 years. Like
it's only season 4.
But that's because they record year round.
They record year round. We ain't, girl.
Yeah,
that's deep. Okay, so with that, we're gonna talk about Tisha and just how this just really is not her season. Like how we talked about Toya and like, every so often. I just feel like with Tisha, it's just gradually getting worse every season.
Right.
I don't feel that way about Toya.
Never even had
but she's never had a good season since the start. And it's just actually getting worse and worse.
And you know what's crazy, Marla? I thought nothing could get worse when I think about the first season, how she really tried to villainize Mel for Mel trying to help her boss up. Like, do y'all not remember that? Like, Mel was
I want to be a stay-at-home wife, and you trying to make it seem like what I do don't add value. And Mel is like, I see how your husband moving, and you're going to need to get your own money at some point. So I'm trying to help you realize that you need to get your own
downhill from there. And like I say, every single time we talk about this, Melody leaving, Tisha thought, oh my God, I'm HBIC now. It's time. And baby, you've been a flop ever since.
Girl.
It's just even worse now. It's just even worse. Like you don't even, maybe you need a real adversary. Maybe you are just meant to be on the show to be the irking person to a male. But it's like, I guess now is Destiny is her new male.
So yeah, let's talk about it. So it first started, because before we even get to Destiny, it really started with Nail. So it because that's what prompted the whole thing. So
right.
So it started with Nail, and it's like, girl, why are you picking a bone of all people? You are a little chihuahua when it comes to a Nail.
That's a grown woman.
I don't even understand why you thought that was going to be a partner that you could even take on. But they go to
then
this
she didn't try to take her own, because remember, then she got her mama involved.
Got her mama involved, and then it got to a place and it just didn't make sense. And Nell is still gonna be Nell, right? And she's like, girl, bye. Like, you want time, I'm not giving it to you. So then fast forward, we get to where like they've been beefing. And one thing that we know about Destiny and her role now has been that she's been trying to be the intermediary. She's been trying to be the person to kind of like get everybody back together, to bring the group back together so they can actually have full of shooting scenes, because that was an opportunity last season. We barely got to see them all together because they refused to, shoot with each other. So Destiny is really, and we'll talk about Destiny, but a big piece of as to why she's on this show, she's kind of like the Cynthia of like, I can bring everybody together. Like, I don't have to have the biggest voice in the room,
even though I dated
I can get everybody together. I mean, clearly that's crazy. We're gonna get on her dating life because we said that she's doing better. We're doing better this season.
She went to therapy.
With that, we get like, she sits in a car with Tisha, and this is where it really starts to rag me with Tisha, and I'm gonna say Kimmy, because Kimmy, I don't know.
Kimmy the worst. Ugh.
Kimmy, the fact that you are just like, you have issues with Tisha, but yet you keep aligning with Tisha is like, I don't understand that. So, you got Destiny in the car, and she's talking to them too about like, hey, like Nell's coming. Like, hey, we're going to be on our best behavior. We're going to act like we got some sense. We're going to work together. We're going to have a good time. And they like, you picking sides. You always picking sides. And if you really like, if you're my friend and I've known you longer, then you shouldn't even be on that side. And so this is where Destiny is like, I'm going to go check on Nell, because there's so many words of energy in here.
I ain't rocking with it.
Go ahead.
Y'all on some other stuff.
pull over for me. I'm gonna go check on Nell. So Tisha takes that offensively as, oh, why are you checking on Nell? Like, you're my friend. Like, why are you doing that? And Destiny's like, because I'm her friend too. And you know I'm her friend as well. So
girl,
like,
grow up.
I don't understand. Like, I feel like y'all can sit down and have a conversation and be done with this. Like, that's the whole point. I'm going to squash this. Clearly, that's not what happens, because Tisha don't know how to fight for herself, and she just likes to offend people. So her and Nell get back at it. It's a disaster. Fast forward, we go back to the regular scenes, and Destiny is sitting down with Tisha. And this is where I had to give Destiny her props. It was Destiny, Kimmy, and Tisha. She invited them to dinner. Or they invited her to dinner. I don't know who invited who. Taco Tuesday. They sitting down. And Destiny, one thing I'm going to give her, she ain't running from no fight. Because with them two, I would have been like, I want no parts of that. Like, I don't have time for them to try to double team me. Like, I don't have time for it.
I would have went home.
Yeah, like they would get me
put
to
that
a
margarita in a bottle. Let
man
wrap my meal up. I'm out of here.
Because this is time. What? It's time to go.
It's time. But one thing that I'm gonna give her is she stayed super calm while Tisha was super erratic. Like, she's like, and Tisha's like, well, I see how you move, and my friends don't do that. My friends don't play.
She don't have friends.
Like and I just think you should. What she say? She thinks she's shady, and she's like, is this somebody you need to watch? And just kind of win at her. And then, can y'all make this make sense? So after you practically cuss me out and say I ain't your friend no more, Destiny still talks about like her character arc this season is actually really good. She just found some of her half siblings from her mother, who pretty much she's the only one that was raised by her mom a little bit. All the other ones went into adoption. And so she's giving us this, and then they're like, "Oh, do you want support?"
That crazy. No. They just wanted to be on the another episode of the show. And
that's all.
They literally invited themselves to,
and didn't even really support her in the situation.
Because they don't like her.
Marcel them dead. Like,
yeah, they wanted to create their own character arc, which was, we're gonna go talk to his side of the family and make it seem like we're there for Destiny. And I don't like that. Like, one thing that we did like about this show was that they were actually real friends. Now, we knew they fell out, but what made it genuine was it didn't feel like, oh, I'm bringing in this random person to be my friend so I can show. Yeah, and now it's starting to give that. Like, I don't like how they're treating Destiny, but I'm gonna give her props. Like, she was very open. She was so open this season to show like her meeting her family for the first time, her mom showing up in that scene and not knowing what she was gonna get from her mother. Like, I was just like, Destiny, I am sorry. I'm going to say this because I said the other one, so I'm going to say this. I take it back. You do have a place on this show. And as long as you keep showing us your true self and not what you think people want to see, I don't really care about your dating life. Like, I care more about you. I mean, yes, but I do care more about you developing as a human and learning from your situations and that kind of growth. And this season, we are really seeing you grow in real time. So, like, keep that going because that's the whole point of reality. The whole point is you're signing up for people to see every win and every mistake on TV. And if it's your real life and that you're showing, like, let us root for you. Like, this is a moment where we actually get to root for her. And I think she did an amazing job this season showing us a lot more of who she is and why she is the way she is and how guarded she is. Up until this point, she was not very relatable. And now I look at her completely different of like, I never thought I'd say she'd be a voice of reason. Wow.
Yeah. Agree.
You know?
Well, they about to start a club up in a couple of weeks, so let's see it. Because he said, Carlos said, Letitia and what's her name, Destiny. They said it's gonna get real bad.
Yeah, he said it gets even worse at the reunion.
Yeah.
Cause did she like run away out the house and all that in the preview?
Something happened in the preview where they was yelling.
Because Tisha cannot take accountability. Why do we keep saying this about the people that I have a really hard time with on any reality TV show is when you see yourself and you still don't see yourself.
Yeah.
It's like you get to watch it on film with us.
Your husband had to tell you to apologize because you was being messy and you don't want people to be messy with you. But you go and turn and be messy with other people.
Like, she throws a rock and hides her hand every single time.
She's such a victim. She's such a victim. It is so victim shaming. Look at what y'all did to me. Look at what Mel did to me. Look at what Destiny did to me. Look at what it's everybody doing something to you. But sis, all of the drama this season.
Let's not forget her.
Kiki drama. Oh my God, I loved my cousin.
Come on,
but
man.
I can't tell. We can't tell. Tisha, it's you. And I'm really disappointed in Kimmy because it also showed Kimmy this season has some issues with her, but she's not really like standing up on that either. So I'm also
Kimmy's a pick me, but also Kimmy has had issues with this girl going back to season 1 when Tisha was also saying that
you was a mistress.
Kimmy and Maurice was cheating while he was married. And you never addressed that. And then also, I forget what season it was, but the mama and Kimmy got into it over Tisha. And y'all never addressed that.
Yep. It's given
alliance. Because it's an alliance. It's given an alliance because it don't even make sense at this point. No, it don't. It's given because they're brothers. We gotta always stick together.
Nah, I like when the sister-in-laws be beefing. That's my favorite beef. That's the best beef in the world. Oh my God. It feeds families. I mean, look at New Jersey. It fed families for 10 years.
I love that New Jersey. I mean, we got tired of it.
We did. But they got 10 seasons out of it, though. You know what I'm saying? They still coming back on top. They still bringing them back. So
why? I don't know.
It eats the people up. Like, I love it. It's just the greatest because it's like it's the truest test of loyalty. Because the brothers are blood, but they marry women that don't rock with that's the best thing in the world. So sorry, Kimmy, you missing out. You could have been iconic.
Yeah, she could have. She could
have. Because she started off on the net.
She just want peace. But you know what? She just want peace right now. I think
Kimmy she ain't got peace nowhere in her life.
Her husband using her like a sex doll. You ain't got no peace in your life.
No peace.
I ain't even talked about that. You see, I didn't even put that down. I'm tired of talking about Maurice.
To the point when she told that man, she said, "Look, stop saying stuff about me in these talk.
Like, just stop. Just stop.
You was at Carlos saying this. You down there here saying."
He let the chopper sing about her, boy. Wherever he go, he let the chopper sing.
She said, "Don't mention
that
me."
That is so embarrassing.
You gotta tell your husband, "Don't mention me."
That is embarrassing.
Don't ever talk about me in the interview because I know what you're gonna say. It's not gonna be good for me.
And then he just gaslighter. He just gaslighter, be like, "Well, this is what I really meant."
Jesus,
you know,
he the best gaslighter I've ever seen.
Or he laughs at her and makes a joke. If that
but you know what? You know what? Speaking of the destiny trip, the good that did come from it was seeing their dad. I did not realize their daddy was in prison. I don't know if y'all caught that little part.
I did.
Oh yeah, that's what they talked about. Like how yeah, they kind of ran it down a little bit, but I learned a lot when they were on the
had 8
podcast.
kids by 26.
That's why they was over there locking up fridges.
Like I would be locking the fridge. I'd be locking the fridge too, dog. Like there's too much going on. It's too much going on up in this house. Every time I walk in the room, somebody in the fridge, I might freak out and do the same thing.
No food.
My anxiety might tip me over. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was a cultural thing in Detroit back in the day, because even Carlos was like, he had 9 brothers and sisters. His friends had 18 kids.
People had big families.
But think about it. All of the gospel groups that's from Detroit.
From Detroit.
The Winans.
Yeah,
the Clark sisters.
Yeah.
All of them.
Everybody, I think just at that time, people still was having big kids. I mean, a whole bunch of kids. Now,
in the car industry, they had jobs. Like they were making cars.
I'm gonna say it again. They were having kids that they could barely afford. And now we got these humans that are grown
that'll turn up
the world. And because of how they were raised, here we are.
Yeah, legit.
See, Marla, that's why when I be thinking about Harry Potter, I be like, he just too good for me, because baby, I would turn into Voldemort. Yeah, Voldemort, come teach me this dark magic. Let me go up to the Dudleys real quick. Like some people just ain't meant to take all that. And I get it. Villains.
So Mandy is really Slytherin, is what we hear.
She's been Slytherin. I just don't understand.
She's
I don't care.
Why we worried about these muggles so much? We need to be worried about us first. Witches and warlocks first.
And you know what? The more I take that test, I be like, I really am like Hufflepuff. Because let me tell you why.
You just too good for the world. I'm not.
I'm not getting in nobody's mess. Like I'm not Harry, I ain't fighting with you. I'm here for education.
Shay, I think we both tested Hufflepuff. Matter of fact,
we did.
I'm here. Shay told me I was Slytherin. I had to retake the test. I was like, nah, this ain't right. Like, growing up when you took like, which cheetah girl is you, and they gave you like Galleria. I mean, the white girl. You like, let me retake the test.
Yes. Let me tell you how Hufflepuff me and Jasmine are. We were sitting at the table on Easter. It was a whole issue going on in the kitchen. We did not get up. Did not move.
Yeah, no, I would have been like, okay, what's going on?
What are we talking about?
This is why I say I may be a little Ravenclaw. And this is why they be like, you kind of teeter Gryffindor. And because like it just really depends on the moment and if I care. No, if I care, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna say something. If I don't, I won't listen. That ain't my cause.
What are we getting up for? That ain't my business. It ain't my business.
I want to know the tea though. You can give me the tea. What Hermione do? What Hermione do?
He said, give me the after. I need to know what happened. What happened? Right. All right, cool. All right, it's settled. Amen. All right.
What? Voldemort did what?
But I think if you think about the story in like a racial way, it's basically like the Slytherins were the black people kind of. They was kind of like, let's just we need to stay with each other.
Man, I can't give you that.
I can't give you racial on any of the divides of the houses.
Harry Potter.
They wanted you to be purely bred. Like, it's just us. We need to keep
that's the opposite of where the minorities would have been.
What you mean?
That's not right. That's Republican Party, baby. That's
girl, you mad.
They don't want DE&I. They don't want no DE&I programming. They want to keep it pure bread.
They don't want no muggle.
They can't stand Hermione. Girl, get your butt out of here.
That's the furthest group that I would have said is a minority.
Why are we talking about Harry Potter?
Absolutely.
But what we saying is, y'all, I'm sorry for the tangent, but what we saying is these broken parents be making these broken people.
Yes.
And then you got a Marceau and a Maurice terrorizing women their whole life because they daddy locked up the fridge.
Locked up the fridge.
That's not why, but
it all comes down to a lot of
Maurice said because the fridge was like he had to go beat his meat.
Yes. That's why he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
The fridge.
Now, granted, I don't think he all the way there, but that's what
y'all.
So out of all the things that you can do,
I know things.
All the things that you can do for not eating.
They used to share a magazine because they
all shared
in the ceiling. They all nasty hand.
That's the conversation that needs to be had. I want all y'all brothers to sit down and talk about your childhood and how traumatic it was.
Like, do you know how crazy you gotta be to be like, I couldn't eat, so I just went in the bathroom and took care of myself.
Because it's like,
why not go play outside? Why not why not go put that toward the sport?
Gonna make you hungry after.
I don't understand.
This is go to bed. What is it?
Like,
but to bring it back
he said
to
it was
the show,
to pacify himself. Okay, that's what he said. That was the word. He said he did.
And you don't think you need therapy, sir? You don't think you're a candidate for personalized therapy?
He gaslit Kimmy about the therapy session that was recorded on camera. He told her.
That's not what she said.
She said, agreed with me.
That is what they said. That's what they said. How did you get that from what they said? How did you not?
You can't win with a man like that, bad. That's why Kimmy just lives in the state. To be with him, you gotta live in a state of delusion. You have to be delusional at all times because you have to raise his kid that he don't raise. You gotta listen to his interviews and don't leave him for it. You gotta get him sex 3 times a day, every day. You gotta look past the DUI. You just gotta just be in the Lululand and say,
you left out and actually all the allegations of him cheating on you on top of all of that.
Cheat every time. It's
not worth it.
It's not. Okay, so moving on. We're gonna move off of that. Now we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes. Y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna start by saying this. Atlanta has been a little lackluster since the last couple of seasons. We thought we were going to get the best season of our lives last season with Portia coming back to the show as Miss Gubadia with a big old house
and a big
lavish lifestyle, big old house, big old booty, big lifestyle, running the girls. And what we got was a divorce and turmoil and barely any speech from Portia. So this season, what I am very excited for, we had the premiere on Sunday, y'all. And y'all start getting in the chat now. Before we discuss this, we want to hear y'all comments on what y'all thought about this season so far in this episode. So before we get started, let's go through the new girls. Let's talk about who's new to the show. Now, I got to hit the main one that I think is really important and already bringing some spice to the show. We got to give it up to our girl K Michelle. Yes. So there was a lot of conversation about Love and Hip Hop crossing over into Real Housewives of Atlanta because most people feel like Real Housewives is a little bit more of a sophisticated show than a Love and Marriage, and just our previous experience of Love and Marriage with K Michelle. I mean, she got some iconic shaking a table, but legendary. She's legendary, but she also brings a lot of mess and a lot of drama and a lot of fighting. So we were like, oh God, what is this going to look like with the mix of girls? I.e. also new girl, Pinky. So Pinky, I don't know, you have to be under a rock to not have ever heard of Slutty Vegan, which is one of the most popular vegan restaurants in the country. Many people travel far and wide and stand in long lines to experience Slutty Vegan. So Pinky is the owner. So Pinky is being introduced on the show this season. Well, there's going to be a lot of things coming through about her filing for, a chapter, for bankruptcy and what's going on with her business.
We shouldn't never care about her filing bankruptcy when Trump done filed bankruptcy
about 10 times. A million times.
To me, we should never care.
Not have to pay.
I wish I could file bankruptcy right now.
Of your
Mandy, hold on.
Okay.
I didn't get the things in order.
Do we need to unpack that, Mandy? I don't think we do. We're not gonna talk about your finances.
If they ever make student loans eligible to file bankruptcy,
I'll do it in a heartbeat.
First one in line. I'm gonna be the first one in line.
I'm not paying the people.
I'll deal with the bad credit for 7 years, whatever.
Literally.
Take care of the rest.
Now they said the credit don't even be bad no more.
They said that you'd be right back in like a year or two.
You'd be right back.
Not you go get somebody $15.99 and bro your credit score.
Yeah, straight up.
Hey, if I can get Navient Mohila
right
nail net off my back
real quick,
I'll deal with it. I already got a house. I got a car.
That's real shade. That's why I can't do it. But you already got a house. This is why I tell mama, you got a house. What's the point of credit?
Oh, girl, trust me.
Don't you go want a car?
Trust me. You'll see when you open the doors of good credit. You understand how less you pay for most things.
They just let you borrow more money.
Your interest,
it's all a trap.
Interest rates on most things,
it's
on
all
credit
a
cards,
trap. They want you in the hamster
on
wheel.
Cars. All of it is unlocked.
They want you in that wheel. They want you to know that you can borrow this amount and maybe pay some back. But they want to know
you're going to pay it back.
borrow.
That's why the higher the credit is the fact that you've paid it back and you have long credit history. But that's another conversation for another day. So meanwhile, Pinky's on the show. And we're like, okay, so we got new girls. We got some new girls. And we kick it off the season with, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Let me tell y'all how slow I am. And maybe I shouldn't have watched it at this moment. I thought it was a commercial. So they kick it off. And I'm like, did I start it right? Like, did I put on the trailer? So I thought I was watching a trailer.
A mess.
I'm going to let y'all take this one because I clearly didn't understand the interpretation of what they were trying to show me. I'm not a good example to talk about how it opened because I'm still confused at the opener.
It was a plot to me.
Preview. It was just a preview, and it starts off with Portia and then turn around and Cynthia. Let's get the show started. It was kind of, they started all this theatrical stuff with Salt Lake City with the openers and trying to make it look like a movie or TV, like a scripted show. You know, they starting to play with production a lot. It was cool.
I feel like it would have ate at the end of the season, and it was Nene that turned around.
Yeah, but like
that
so
would have
next season. Yeah, that would have. Yeah, like y'all saw this. Wait till next season.
Turn it to next season because I'm about to turn it. Yeah, that would have ate. That would have ate.
See, there you go, Jess. Put that.
Bravo, you heard it first. All right, producer.
It's too late now.
It's too late. Don't do it now. You already did.
Yeah, they already out there now, but.
That you should have done
people up.
So with that, we were just talking about K Michelle. Let's get into the K Michelle intro. So what y'all think about that?
I was so happy because
I loved it.
I love her, and everything she said was true. Everything she ever has said about all them girls on Love and Hip Hop was true. She has been the most vindicated person on the show, history of the show. So when she was like, yeah, you know, I've been in Atlanta for a minute, but the girls, they don't really like me like that, you know, because she's a truth teller. K Michelle is a truth teller, and she can't help it. She one of those, like, she don't matter. It doesn't matter who the truth offends. She gonna tell it. And I think we need that type of character on Atlanta because there's not one since Nene. Like, nobody just keep it real and be like, nah, girl, this is, you know, nobody keeps, it's all alliances or
that's why we like Nene.
Exactly. And so I feel like Kay is gonna bring that. I don't care who lying, I'm gonna tell you lying. So
Rashida's got bags.
Literally,
her husband's a girl.
I mean, look at Toya. Toya said she was lying. Look what happened to that. Rashida Kirk bags. You see that? like everybody that Tamar.
All weapons that formed against K Michelle has never prospered.
Never prospered.
Okay, Mandy. Okay.
I'm just being honest.
But low key though, she's the first Cardi B though. She's the first one to leave that franchise and become an actual star.
Listen, VSOP, come on. I don't even know who I am.
Okay, I don't know why that's the bop. But
that's the bop.
I'm about to say that's definitely my bop when it comes.
That's the bop. K-Ray's a man, girl.
What did we think about Drew?
No, before we leave off of that, let's talk about Portia's the one that introduced her. So did y'all know that they were close? I didn't realize
they're not close.
They produce it close.
They know it was a way to align her as she cool with the Queen Bee. She's important. That's all. That's all there was.
Okay, got it. So Shay, what were you saying about Drew?
I first see her and Drew having problems because K Michelle is a real singer and Drew is Drew.
She already shaded her this episode. Drew. Yeah. Oh, she was a singer. She said that K Michelle was a singer, and I was like,
Drew, like
Drew.
Baby, you still do bopping since the game.
But let's be real. Basement. I let your man still in your basement. Let's talk about that.
Like, let's talk about it. Like,
the man still in the basement.
I have not one song that I know that I can quote that you have came out with to this day. I don't have one.
The thing is with
Drew is known for being the mistress on the game.
That's the thing. It's the revisionist history for me. Like, she had a real career that just really
never did.
Me. I only knew her as Juice from the game and then the TLC movie.
And T-Boss. And my thing is, that was bad marketing on her part to let them use her real name as the character of the cheetah.
Exactly.
Girl, you should have had a fake. If I'm her man, no.
People knew her name. That's why people know her name is because
but they know you as a cheater though.
Yeah, that's a bad way.
Well, but also they remember her first season. They also know her as a cheater because her sister was saying that she was messing with LeBron.
Yeah,
allegedly
in his pictures
while he was with Savannah.
Yeah, true.
She looked like that. Looked like his type though. Given off, I don't know why, but
that bad built body.
Okay. That's not nice.
I did see pictures of him hanging out with Beyonce. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna.
Oh wait, what's her name? Angie. Again, same type. Same type. It's the same type. He got a type.
Yeah, Savannah ain't it though.
But Savannah just glowed up. We ain't finna sit here and act like Savannah.
Savannah,
like we not finna do that. Though. We not finna do.
No, she wasn't a baddie.
She never.
She was not a baddie.
I think Drew Sidora is pretty, and I think
really homely.
Angie, Beyonce, whatever she want to call herself. I think she's pretty too.
Angie, all right. I just think Drew. Dang, I just think Drew can go.
Yes,
she's already going there.
Yes, she's a waste of space.
We haven't seen what she can give yet.
Okay, well, let's hold on. Let's come down to this.
This her 5th season.
Y'all get that.
Y'all keep forgetting. Drew was on when Marlo and this and like Drew been on for 5-6 seasons now. She ain't no newbie.
Remember, her husband gaslit us for 2 seasons.
She is the only one that is willing to have any kind of antagonistic kind of flow. Without Drew in this moment, I think it would be really boring. And we'll keep going. Okay,
we will get down to the dinner
Michelle came in.
I want her to leave.
Right now, we're gonna go to what's also was really interesting.
The hateration crew.
Let's talk about Shamia and Kelly now being new besties. What is that about? So now that Shamia is no longer besties with Portia, this is where can I say I believe Candy. Candy said since day one that they weren't real friends. Mm-hmm. Candy and Shamia have always been really good friends. And when Portia would pop up and be like, oh, Shamia's my bestie, Candy would always side-eye her and be like, you and Shamia are not best friends. At first, I thought she was being a hater. But now, after seeing how things unfolded, it was too quick for y'all to not
think the complete opposite. No, I think the complete opposite. I think they were real friends that Shamia held on to resentments for multiple years that she never expressed. And the show, like I said, it creates this like pressure on relationships to where you feel like it's bigger than what it was. And now all her resentments came out on camera. And at that point, on the opposite end, that's why I'm gonna always be on Portia's side on this situation. How it happened in the end is like, all right, you had ample time to tell me. You had ample time to tell me, pull me inside, tell me I'm a bad friend in my face. Like, let's work this through. But then if I hear you with my ops, like you are my best friend. Yeah. Like our mamas was best friends when we was kids in Decatur, babe. Like this ain't
friends no more, but continue.
That's what I'm saying. But like at the time, it's like, and you go to my ops to talk about me.
Yeah, that's betrayal.
The same, yeah. So Shamia and Kelly both lost their best friends last season because let's not forget how hard Kelly was riding for that girl Britt. Britt Eddy. She was riding so hard for her, but I knew Kelly was unloyal with how quick she turned on Britt like that. Exactly. I was like, oh, You was riding for her all season, begging people, Kenya, you need to send her flowers. You need to apologize. Like, I mean, like really going toe to toe with anybody for Brit. And in a blink of an eye, I hate her. She's not this. She trashing her at the reunion because she not there. Like, I said, yeah, the two rejects are gonna get together, become best friends. No, exactly what happened. Social media, they together every day. They traveling together. I'm like, oh,
they gotta stay relevant.
They got to. Because nobody else was rocking with them on the show. So it's like you might as well team up with the person that everybody else also hates, so you can at least have something to do.
Right, because Kelly on the way of being a friend of. So
she should have been.
She should have been
a friend of already.
Yeah. Shamia, so with that, we'll get into Portia's party because that was literally the highlight of this entire episode.
Well, wait, I got one more point on their little meeting because I thought it was very tasteless that Shamia gifted that girl daughter condoms and and champagne and pregnancy tests.
She's so whack, bro.
I was like, this supposed to be a cute moment.
Kelly should have got up and smacked her in her face.
Like,
don't play with me.
No, you can tell she wanted to.
She wanted
to. Her face. You can tell she wanted to.
You should have got up and cursed her out. Are you crazy?
My daughter. I would kill you.
So I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to say that. I just couldn't believe my
because it's just tasteless. It's just that's why I don't like her, and I think that's why I just don't like her. She's just tasteless to me.
With the classiest house.
I was just finna say she's the juxtaposition because the one thing me and Ramah was saying when we was watching that scene is like, dang, I just love her house. Like
her house is everything.
She should give this like grand like. It's like the money.
She should be the grand dame.
Change her, and she would never. She doesn't have the class or the wherewithal to be it, and it's like the juxtaposition. And she also don't know how to find her look. Like, what is her look? The mullet,
girl, that little rat tail mullet made me want to punch her.
What? And
coming out with that shot o'clock poster, and she was whack, bro. She's whack.
Yeah,
shot o'clock poster.
Yes, it was like a hand. Yeah, it was like a hand
in her house.
A big old little sign, like you in the club. Like, you know, the club be bringing out like signs like
in her house.
Yeah, in her house, girl. In that beautiful manner.
Why?
Because you want to be, because you think you're doing it. You look crazy.
And when she did that whole little miming scene about her and Portia text messages.
It's just whack, bro. She just whack.
It's just the wackest thing.
I ain't gonna lie. Okay, unpopular opinion.
You like them or a little brother.
I was cracking up
with the African music behind it. Was crazy.
That was crazy.
Well, here's the thing, because this is okay. Let me tell you why I thought that part specifically was genius. We already know they beefing. We know that if she would have read any specific text messages, the heat she would have gotten would have been absolutely insane.
True. That's true.
So for her to use her comedy to be able to catch us up on like,
funny though.
This is what the text looked like, and the way she was, oh my god, I was cracking up. He said, "Oh, it was one more." I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. I got the text." Like I thought that was actually a little bit comical, but I like quirky, so like you can't. I'm a little quirky. I like a little quirky.
But she's a try-hard quirky. It's like she's not really quirky. It's like you want to be quirky.
Because it's like,
but I felt like that was more her. I think she's trying too hard on everything else. I think that was truly like how goofy that everybody say she is.
It just went too long though. And the thing is, she don't never know how to let the bit go. It's like you could just do like our text was like it was knuck of you but cool.
No, I enjoyed it.
Knock it out.
Like she went on for like 5 minutes, bro. I was just sitting there like,
no, she didn't.
But the fact they didn't cut her, the fact they let that happen was just like, okay, production.
They want to embarrass.
I was following her.
They want to embarrass.
I was following her whole mime, and I heard like I understood everything that she was saying when I was saying it. It was great.
In other words, Portia had that smoke for her.
Yes.
Yes. Period. That's what I got.
In other words.
How many FU she pretty much mimed? Absolutely.
Okay, y'all. Do y'all remember when her and Nene got into it when Portia was pregnant and Nene read them text messages and Nene had called her fat and a pig? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
She looked like a buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That's when you know gloves were off. Yeah,
bro. Portia and Nene text exchange. I would never forget.
But again, I like that Shamia ain't talking about nothing. Her text back to her probably was so regular that was a smart way to convey the message. Okay.
But my thing is, okay, so moving on, because this is gonna go into the Portia's party.
Yes, it goes into Portia's party.
We're also forgetting, y'all, the cameras picked up. Do y'all remember after last season wrap? And I sent you that Shamia made that stupid old YouTube apology video.
Yes.
After the reunion. So these cameras are picking up, I want to say, a week after that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So why does Drew have beef with, I don't remember. Why does Drew have beef with Shamia? I don't remember. It wasn't
Lab Dog. The Lab Dog singing stuff.
Lab Dog.
Oh and they my God. We still talking about that.
Yes.
I mean, you did say pick it up a week after, it's not too far after that.
A week after that wacko apology that everybody was like, girl, where was this at the reunion stage when you was mute?
Right.
Like, she said nothing.
Mute.
And then she goes to her and be like, well, I watched it back and I didn't realize they said all those things.
Like, girl, so what was the reunion? Like, that's why I'm like, girl, you're lying. You're lying. You are at the reunion. You have to watch every episode, and they show you clipbacks of what everybody is saying about you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, keep it on the playground, Shamia, because when you was in front of these girls at this reunion,
I got smoke for Shamia. Jesus,
I do not like her, bro.
I feel like we have smoke for her though because of Carlos. Lord have mercy. Andy.
Yes.
Andy hyped us up. Like, she's about to take on the girls.
I
like Shamia. I don't know. Something about her.
She's inauthentic.
Like
Thank you. That's what it is. She's inauthentic because she do
too much. It's too try hard. It's too much.
And it's like, and even when I did like Shamia, it still was like she did even I just thinking about the whole thing. Like, I just feel like she just never really been loyal.
I don't even think it's about loyalty.
I do get that.
I think, like you said, she just tries too hard. So, like, even we were going to talk about the husband and him not going to the dinner, but he was supposed to go and whatever. I'm with Cynthia. He don't never come. So why were you even waiting on him? You knew he wasn't coming. Literally, he don't never want to be there. So
we got rerouted to Charlotte.
Why are you making this?
Especially to a person's house that y'all used to be friends with, that y'all are no longer friends with. He don't want to go.
Definitely was never coming. House.
I didn't think that man. She knew that man wasn't coming.
Exactly.
How about somebody laid out his clothes, girl? For what?
For what, bro?
Girl, for what? That man was never coming. He had to return that plane. He did it
on purpose. Because then my other thought is, if you're waiting on him to come from the airport, so you was gonna have him come home from the airport while company there, get in the shower, put on some clothes. I was gonna drink. Like, I was confused about the whole time. Like you said, he
was never coming.
Yeah. When she asked him, he said, "I'll get back to you."
I don't know.
Yeah,
that means no. That means no.
That means no, girl. I don't even know why you on this.
If Darius say I'll get back to you, that means I gotta press him to go, because that means he ain't going. So I don't understand. Okay, so fast forward to the highlight of the event, y'all. We gotta get to the highlight. So Portia's party was a highlight. I would say giving this episode very high ratings because I felt like they got down to the drama fast. The entertainment was entertaining at this party. This is the very first episode, and so I'm sitting here like, oh, at first I was like, doing stuff. Well, I had to pause for a minute. I'm
right like, when they got the Portia house, it got real quick.
Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all start. So y'all go ahead and start with y'all playback on what happened at Portia's party that we think we need to let the listeners know was a highlight.
They need to know that house banging, that decor banging. That looked like a wedding in there. That table like a reception estate table.
Can say what else? What was banging that I noticed instantly?
That body. That
body was
the body ain't never going.
It ain't better than a man when it comes to
Portia's body looked crazy in that dress.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
Portia always look good. I ain't seen Portia look bad not one day.
Who looks good with a long wig, a short wig?
Finger waves. She be having finger waves. She be having braids.
I ain't never seen her look a day.
The makeup was dolled. I'm just sitting here just like, Portia looks amazing.
Crazy.
She looks amazing. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
Now go ahead.
Let's talk about that. The dress code was all black, but K. Michelle and Charles Oakley was the only one.
I felt like Kay was setting a precedence about how she about to be this season.
Exactly.
So wait,
I didn't see the black on the dress code. Huh?
It was at the bottom of the invite.
No, you didn't. You chose because you so happen to have black around your arm though.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Charles said, "Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do."
And that's why
Kay said, "I don't. My life is too busy for me to be reading every single piece of detail
I had
on the
this
invitation
all day. So in other words, my wife knew if she wanted me to change, I wasn't coming.
Period.
She let me ride.
Period.
And she probably looked at him. Now, Charles, you know you're supposed to wear black. He said, if I go upstairs, I ain't coming back down.
I ain't going.
Charles is an old man. He do not care
at all.
At all.
Well, he's like NBA royalty. He like this is beneath me.
Literally. Luckily, I'm showing up.
I would just say
for his wife.
That he is, and that's why I won't take no slander about. Yes, their relationship is unconventional. Yes, on camera he does not show affection, but his affection probably is him being on the show.
Literally,
his affection is him saying I love my wife. Is filming.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, hey,
give me a kiss. He said, again.
He said, grab my booty. That was my favorite part.
I love that.
They're just an old couple, man. I mean, she's not even that old.
Exactly. They are an old couple, bro. That's all of this. She's in menopause. He very old. Right. She having hot flashes and stuff. She is not worried about what y'all got to say about her relationship.
At all. She's like, my man, and y'all could like just save it. Okay.
Like save it.
All right, so let's talk about the guests that walked through the door with allegedly a spouse or significant other.
Girl, I don't know what that was.
You still got Che.
Why are we having couples when the host ain't even in a real relationship?
No, let's talk about the fact that she's hosting a couples night and she still wouldn't like this is still Simon's house. So that's a whole nother.
I know.
I get it. But it was his house.
Did y'all see them ghosts? They kept putting up assignments about that.
That was I think they take the Simon stuff too far,
bro. Too far.
No, because this is the house that y'all moved in. That man bought.
Okay. She put money on that house. That's how she was able
I get
to
it,
keep
Mandy. It's her house. But
man, hey, if that's mine, and the divorce is mine.
It's mine.
It's mine. What happened?
A sex dungeon.
And to be honest, like 2 years of y'all being split, at what point you just like
literally
they have been divorced longer than they have been married.
And my thinking, and they talking about, this is so disrespectful. He can't even come in the country.
Yeah.
So how he gonna be in the house?
We forgot about that.
He's deported. He cannot step foot in the United States.
Right.
Okay. Well, so it's her house.
He's not even a U.S. citizen. Y'all talking about this?
She paying the bills. It's her house. Okay. So who was the first couple that came to the door?
I want to say Cynthia.
Cynthia
by herself.
Can we talk about Cynthia and this man with the dreads that she keeps showing? That's a young man, but we ain't seen
him. Man, and she said she not going full time because she ain't telling nobody her business because she's sick of them.
Period. She said all of my relationships have failed on this show, so we ain't finna add him to it.
She's
like,
okay. That era was hell.
Did y'all know that Mike Chill?
He remarried.
He's married to the girl from Flip or Flop Nashville.
Yes,
she had a
black woman. Yes, her name is Paige Turner.
Yeah, I seen it.
I knew he got remarried, but I didn't know who the girl was.
But that's my question. What you?
All I know is once a cheater, always a cheater, baby.
Cheaters love commitment because they gotta have the thrill to be able to cheat. I feel like the best cheating is when you marry because you feeling the way. Like
once a cheater, always a cheater.
But
that man cheated. He literally said. No, but Jasmine, when you literally have a man that says, I've cheated on every single person I've been with, why is that anybody's choice?
That's what I'm saying. Said, like, girl.
Let's walk
He cheated on Cynthia Bailey. You have no chance.
#chill.
Cynthia Bailey. You don't get
but also with Cynthia Bailey, they weren't living in the same state. So
that relationship was doomed.
before you
all
get
the way
started.
doing
He said, "Look,
If you can't decide on where to live, and y'all living separate, and you dealing with a
Well,
man
I don't
who
blame her.
got a
I'm not
wandering
leaving
eye,
Lake Bailey. I got a house on the lake. I'm not leaving Lake
The other thing is, she did all that to get Lake Bailey. It's just like Quad. I
it's
did all
called
this to
rent
get
it
this
out.
house.
It's called rent the
I ain't renting
house
my house out.
Nah, I'm not
out.
renting
She
out
was
either,
my
dog.
cousin.
And
I'm not
if
renting my house out.
something goes
Trophy.
awry, you got your house. And get the tenant out. You can get the tenant out.
I
Do
feel like
your
it'll
little
be
spruce
tainted after
up.
that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like my house and my peace will be tainted.
But my thing is, then you're not ready to move on in a real relationship where you got to do it
Right.
together.
That's what we saying. That's why she got the man that live out the other country, so she can go dilly dally over there and come back to Lake Bailey when she want to. Perfect.
All right. So Cynthia was first. Who was next?
Then I think that's when Drew came with Black on the phone, who she said
And
she
this
wasn't
is
dating.
why
So can we
she
talk about
needs
why
to go.
she's such a liar?
Portia
Why
called
we
her out
gonna
about
keep
Black
doing
at the
this?
reunion, and she lied.
That's just my
This
friend. That you're
is
such a liar,
why
Portia. You're such a liar. And then she come to
she
Portia's
needs
house.
to go.
This is my friend.
On the
She's a
FaceTime, on the
friend's
Zoom call.
friend.
On the Zoom
Get her out of here,
call.
y'all. She whack too. Get her
And
out
he
of here.
stayed on the phone for
The
3
whole
3
hours.
You
hours.
know how thirsty you gotta be.
For me, it's who was talking about the lighting, like why he was so well lit. They were like, he got a
Phaedra.
ring light. Was it Phaedra?
Phaedra.
The
Miss Michelle.
shade was shading. The shade was shading.
And
He
K
was
Michelle.
well lit.
That was
K
like, why is he so
Michelle,
well lit and just sitting here?
yes.
If you a real man, you got stuff to do than to just be sitting here.
I
said,
will
"Oh,
say though,
Lord."
Shamia got one readout about that when Drew,
Get on that
trying to be messy, talking about some where's Gerald, and she like stay on that Zoom.
in that Zoom call. Exactly.
Shamia got one look.
Exactly.
She got one.
Because why you
look
even
look
over
at
here?
it. Yeah,
Why
stay on
are you
your
over
Zoom.
here?
Maybe your man ain't even there for you to be sitting here asking me where my man at. I got a whole house out of my man. What you doing over there with Zoom call? You still got a man living in your basement. So what we talking about? Don't you come for me, sis?
Sick in the head.
Period. Okay, so who was next after that? Was it K Michelle?
That's when she brought her
Casting.
dentist.
Okay, so can we talk about this for a minute, y'all? So the last time I think I saw an interview with K Michelle, she was on R&B Money. And she had talked about how she got married, but I was so confused. And I was like, did this happen while I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop? Did this happen? Because really, while I liked her going on R&B Money, it was truly talking about like her country career. And how she actually is a professional yodeler. Like
she's from Memphis, girl. It makes sense.
So it was so good. I learned so much about her before all of this. So then to fast forward to this man showing up, I'm like, oh, that was real. She really is married. And she really don't be talking about this man.
No, she do. I'm gonna give you background. So
I've been a K
Michelle. Yeah, I've been a K Michelle fan since the beginning of time, and she had her own spinoff for a while.
Yes,
Oh, I didn't realize.
VH1.
On VH1, and she opened up Puff and Pedals here. She had a restaurant, and I think they even went on Marriage Boot Camp together or something like that.
That's where I know them from.
Yeah, they went on Marriage Boot Camp.
Oh, they were on Marriage Boot Camp.
So
they've been married for a while.
So
they weren't married.
No, they weren't married.
The situation is this was her situationship since high school, and he basically was on some like, you a little too hot for me, like you're a little too ratchet for me to settle down. I'm a dentist. You gotta be more of a woman, basically, is what he was.
Oh, so no wonder why that Idris Elba stuff really triggered her. Okay, continue.
He basically kept telling her like, you're not ready to be no wife. You're not ready for me. You need to grow up. Stop being a little girl. That's how her husband was coming at her. And she used to be so sick and sad and depressed about it. They would break up, make up, break up, make up.
I get that. He was trying to get her to like mature.
And so on this episode, when she went on that Queen's Court, that was to like make him mad. And
she was on Queen's Court? Jesus.
Yeah, girl. Season 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that made him mad. And then she came home. They got married. So it's very toxic. But I just think he's just a chill guy that's like.
I need to know their signs. That will tell me everything I need to know about this relationship.
I want to say she's like a I think she's like a Pisces or something. I want to say, what's her sign?
Let me see. She gives.
But
I'm
I
gonna
would
hold what I
say
think
that
she
he's just
gives.
a chill guy, and I'm actually shocked that he was filming.
Me
Because
too.
even when she had her like her solo show, he barely wanted, especially if they was like heated and stuff. He ain't gonna film no argument and do all that. So
You
I'm
remember?
shocked.
Did you watch him on Marriage Boot Camp? Because they got into a big old like a huge situation.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's a Pisces.
She
I thought
She
that
is
was
a
Pisces.
Pisces.
She
Yeah.
was showing her tail. So I'm surprised
Yeah.
that they even got married and together. And
They was like, girl, if you don't come on that day, I'm never gonna take you serious. That was a whole
yeah,
situation. And she felt, I think she held on to him because they known each other since high school. So she felt like, you know, that
Oh, y'all, her moon is a Cancer.
she's very emotional. Yeah, K Michelle is very emotional.
She's very emotional. That's why I thought she was a Cancer.
She's a double water sign. That's a lot. That's a lot of emotion.
That's a
going
lot
on.
going
But
on. Yeah.
she was very always like, she trusted him because she known him since she was a kid. But it's
I love
like
that
she
though.
had to
I
do
love
some
that.
growing. She had to
Yeah.
do some
Yeah.
growing to catch her
And
man.
I like that he has his own profession. Like he's in his
Yeah, he's a
own
whole
right. Of, like
dentist. Like
he
he
bringing
got
don't got
money.
none.
to the table.
Yeah. He don't got
Yeah.
nothing
She's
to do
like,
with all this
with or
fame
without
and
you being who
yeah.
you are, I got my own thing. And
Mhm.
actually, I need you to be good for my brand. And I love that.
Literally, that's what he was trying to say. That's what he was trying to say. Like, you doing too much. You hot out here. You out here fighting. You beating girls up. You shaking
I got to be a
tables.
professional.
And
I'm trying to be married to Med. Oh, maybe they should have put her on Married to Medicine.
no, she right where she need to be.
She looks too crunk for them.
Okay. Yeah, that's not giving.
Her
That would
and Haley will
actually
fight.
Yeah, like she would actually swing on Heavenly. Yeah, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
They a little too old for her. They a little too mature.
That's true.
It's a little too
okay, so who after K came in?
Who we got
Who the
left?
man?
Pinky and Shamia.
Well, they came with him. They came together. We ain't talk about Portia man. Portia man came because he came by himself because Portia.
Y'all, and I think this is why I was just rolling my eyes. We already know
We're
Portia
the man.
ain't with the man right now.
Right.
So
She
I was just like, he's cute. I think they looked great together.
Now he looked like a fake superhero. That man looked crazy to me. He looked like if Tyler Perry made a Superman movie.
He be on them skits.
Well, you know, he did an interview saying that they asked to just kind of cast him to be on the show and not really.
Yeah, it looked like it.
This is exactly what it looks like.
Well, Portia said that was a skit. That wasn't real.
She said,
it felt like
Portia, you used that man because you want to have your event to be the first cast event. You had to bring a man. At that time, you wasn't ready to tell the world you was a lesbian. Let's just keep it a book. Let's just keep it a book. Let's just keep it a book. All right.
Got it. Because
she should. I'd rather you sit down with your mama and just say,
or
I'm dating everybody.
But Lauren had a man. Her sister had a man there.
She did have a man there.
Yeah, Lauren was there. I thought that was interesting. Lauren was there.
Her man.
So let's talk about Pinky. Pinky and her man. What did she say? I remember the little blurb. So her and her
she
man.
Said she would never. She never would marry a man or date a man who ate meat.
But he has Big Dave's Cheesesteaks. That's his company. He has a restaurant.
But then, and they got like 3 kids under 3 or something like that. 3 kids under 5.
Back, yes.
Jesus.
Okay. That's
so he owns Big Dave Cheesesteaks here. It's a whole bunch of them.
Is it good, man?
It's good.
Is it good?
He's from Philly.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how they bonded, restaurants and all that. But it is kind of
they're gonna have a good storyline. I feel like they're gonna have a good storyline.
Yeah, they're gonna have something going on with them because I think he's involved in her business. I want to say.
Yeah, they're gonna have a good storyline.
Okay,
so with that, go ahead.
Like resentment, how does that work? Because his restaurants are doing fine.
That's what she said. His restaurants are up here. Hers is down here.
Yes, I want to get into that. Let's get.
And for so long, she was like this.
Kids, it's probably something going on with her popping out them 3 kids like that, and business, and him, and it's gonna be. I see something.
They're gonna have a good storyline. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a good season. Okay, so let's get to what was y'all favorite shadiest moment, and that'll be how we talk about this
scene.
Probably Charles. Yeah, I was gonna say Charles with the SWV comment.
Charles was mine too.
So what happened? Tell us what happened.
He just talked about all the singles at the table, and him and K Michelle just are having a key. He talked about Shamia being like 3 hours late. I mean, like, he was just giving it up. Him and K Michelle was just fast friends laughing. Like, girl, it was crazy. He just had something to say for everything. And I'm just like,
Charles
bro,
is shady.
He's the light of this show to me.
Now he say, now what did he say about SWV? What was that about?
Didn't he like compare them or something? I forgot.
He said, "Where's SWV?" He said, "Where's SWV?" And she said, "Oh yeah, you missing 3 girls that sing up in here." He said, "Yeah, where's SWV at?" Good. And K Michelle, don't be lumping me in with them chicks. I do this for a living.
Right.
I don't know what they doing.
And Charles said, "Hey, I meet anybody on the court. I don't care."
Listen, let me tell you something. I need to go back. I'm gonna watch this scene again.
While Angela is with that man, I would
be laughing all day.
I'll
be laughing all day.
Just for Kiki. He funny.
Like, I would want to tell him all my friends' business just to hear what he got to say.
Just to hear his mouth. Like, just to hear his mouth.
I be pillow talking like crazy.
So are we saying they the new Nene and Peter?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what it's giving.
She said, "I understand him because he an a-hole and I am too."
Right,
so
and I am
right
too.
along.
Right. Now, how did y'all feel about her walking away from the group conflict? That was kind of weird.
Who was
K Michelle is trying to shed. I feel like she's trying to shed her old skin a little bit.
Yep.
Because she ready to fight. Hold on, no.
I'm on a new platform.
K Michelle don't know how to have conflict yet and not lay hands. And I think she's like, I don't want this to be the first part. And if somebody say the wrong thing to me already,
it's too early.
Just don't know.
It's too early.
So let me dismiss myself and remove myself so nobody can get me to a place that I ain't ready to go yet.
Yeah. See, I appreciated that about her though. Because a lot of the times new girls will just come and jump in a situation that they don't know nothing about. So I appreciated her not doing it.
So what did y'all think about the whole Phaedra and Angela Oakley portion?
Baby, all that they're gonna do is lie.
I forgot Phaedra was on there.
And yes, that's another good part. Phaedra didn't even. She could be a friend up for real. She should really. Her and Kelly, they are wasting housewife spots on them. They should be friends of, guests, whatever the case may be. But I feel like, girl, what type of audacity and authority you have to pull a Atlanta Hawks tape? How do you even know what area the confrontation happened?
But the producers asked her if she seen the video, and she was like, "Well,
no." Like, you think you just call up the Hawks and be like, "Yeah, somebody said they came up to a girl. I need you to find it."
Girl, if you get on my face.
This is exactly
and like
she needs
Angela
to be a friend of, or less.
Tapes don't have audio.
You're right.
So you would have never known. So,
unless you mic'd up, which would be bizarre.
Yeah. And so it was just a mess. It was pointless.
And we don't got to lie about that for.
Exactly.
Go get my face.
It's Phaedra.
But also, I think Phaedra's just jealous of Angela because the rooms that Phaedra pretend to be in, Angela really is.
Angela really be in those rooms.
Because her husband is who her husband is.
I am a Hall of Famer legend, so we're everywhere.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, so we'll end it with this for Atlanta. Did we already name our favorite highlight of the episode?
Yeah, Charles.
Definitely Charles. And K Michelle.
Yeah, Charles and Kay for me. Yeah.
All right. So listeners, stay tuned for Atlanta. This is what the first episode is given. I'm locked in.
I think that this is a good sense of, I hate when, I feel like this is what happened. Like last season, the first episode started with too much of a bang that the rest of the season kind of was a letdown.
Yes.
I like that this was very playful, very like, you don't know.
Yeah.
But we know we're going to go through some stuff, but we don't know what we're finna go through.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that. We don't know.
I feel like
it's gonna be a good season. Yeah,
this is really our season 16 for real, because this is what we should have. Last year was a waste of our time.
But remember, I told y'all last season was like a foundation, right? It was like the
but it shouldn't have been 16. That should have been 15.
Yeah,
but they didn't reboot it by then. I'm treating season as season 1 of a show. So now we season 2 to where it's all mixing. We got history now. we got dynamics, and we threw 2 new powerhouses in. And also, like, shout out to we finally got some sorority sisters on the show that's not beefing. Like, shout out to that.
I will
Pinky
say,
and Michelle are both Deltas, and they talked about their experience with each other and doing deals. I loved it.
I would like to mention, I think Marlo would have fit in perfectly with these girls.
This cast.
This would have been Marlo's cast.
That's my unpopular
and like, can I say why I miss Marlo? The fashions.
Thank you.
Nobody is gonna do it better.
And with this fake Tyler Perry stuff going on, she would have milked the fool out of that.
Bro, she would have sat there with that fake Tyler Perry Superman.
They didn't give her a big enough shot. I just think, like, to your point, Mandy, they should have put her with newer girls where they had no choice but to interact with new girls.
It was Kiss the Ring.
Yeah,
very much
for sure.
She would have fit in perfectly with these girls.
Yep, they could have gave her Kelly's spot. But anyway,
they still can.
Anyway, so that's Atlanta. Now we just have a little bit of honorable mentions because y'all, Bravo is bringing on some new shows. One of them being this week was the start of a new show. We have a new Real Housewives franchise, and it is Real Housewives of Rhode Island. It is not technically a spinoff of New Jersey, but allegedly, like, there's some kind of, there's vibiness, but it's all new cast. I think Dolores do maybe 1 or 2 appearances.
No, she's a friend of. She's an actual friend of.
Okay, so there we go. But
my girl getting 2 chicks.
Okay,
Cynthia Bailey. Because remember, Cynthia was over there in Beverly Hills for a second. Y'all remember that?
She was.
There was. Okay, so for those, I have not watched it yet. It's on my list to watch this week. It literally came out. What was the premiere? The premiere was what?
Last Thursday, but they moved it. So the actual episodes will be coming out on Sundays after Atlanta. Also have to say, Andy, bad look that there was no Watch What Happens Live. Why do you do the black shows like this?
That's real. That's so real.
There was no Watch What Happens Live after Atlanta?
No.
I would have think they would have kicked it up with K. Michelle.
And yes, Portia and Kay should have been there.
Yes,
no.
Agreed.
He said it's Easter.
And he's Jewish.
Valid point.
Like, I had to have Ramon look it up because I was so mad. I was like, oh, maybe it's Easter. Then I said, wait, he Jewish. Do Jewish people?
But that don't mean that the production and everybody else that they gave it as an actual day off.
They could have done it. It could have been a
Mandy said time and a half.
It could have been
time and a half.
They could have pre-did it. She said they could have did it the Saturday before, and then they just
not all Watch What Happens Live be live.
True.
There be pre-taped episodes.
But they're pre-taped anyway because they're not sitting down there at 10 o'clock at night anyway, are they?
No, they do have some live episodes. They do. They do. But when they'll say it's live and they like walk out and stuff, like that's when it's extra live. But when it's pre-recorded, so I thought about that. But yeah, they'll be coming on Sundays after Atlanta. They're trying to get some of that Atlanta viewership, but they debut by themselves on Thursday. And let me just say, very refreshing. Very refreshing. It gives early Jersey. They are all basically Italian. There's 2 Persian ladies on there. The dynamics of this show is insane. You got a sugar baby who not the daddy Jesus. I love Jesus.
You wild. Don't go out of that.
Okay. You have a sugar baby who husband. Not husband, Jesus. That's
her boyfriend.
Okay, whoa, Mandy. Okay, come on, now. Get it together. Come on, get it together.
This is some stuff I've never heard of. So her boyfriend is a prominent figure in Rhode Island culture, but he lives with her 6 months out the year. Then he has a girlfriend in Miami that he goes to for 6 months a year.
Yes, ma'am.
So she's in this like 20,000 square foot house with 76 TVs by herself for half the year. Girl, it's
I don't know. That sounds like a really nice arrangement.
But listen. She started it when she was 20.
You mean I get to live peacefully by myself?
Right. But listen.
For half of the year and the other half of the year, then I can be in bliss with my person.
No, it sounds all fun and games till you want to settle down. So you want to have kids. So she did it. She's 30 now. So she met him and she was Miss Rhode Island. He basically bossed her up. He basically plucked her out of obscurity, Say, you finna be cute. I'm finna put this money into you. You finna be mixed Rhode Island, and you finna live good up in my house. So she was 20 when she met him. Now she's 30. And she like, I want a
She on
kid.
the brink of like, I want things. I want things in my life.
And so now she's trying to figure out how I'm finna do this. So I think the show is her exit plan.
Does she work? Okay, never mind. Nope. I'm about to work. I'm about to watch it.
Yeah, show is her exit plan.
Nope.
So that's one crazy character. Then you have a character that married. She's this my, I have to pick my favorite. I love.
But that is an introvert's dream, though. I'm just saying, but I get it.
It's a situation to have now.
It is because she gets everything she wants, but now she wants more. So now
now you want more, yeah. And if
you
want a kid, baby, you want a full-time situation. You want some,
yeah.
You want somebody that's gonna be there.
And all the women are actually friends, and they're kind of like all intertwined with each other.
Ooh, they all look alike.
Girl, they do all look alike.
Are they pretty? They all like.
They all like they from Jersey.
Yes, they all like. It's like
everybody's
big hair. It's like the
sunken
first
face,
in Salt Lake City when I couldn't tell Lisa and Meredith apart for like.
There
3
you go.
It's like that. Like it's gonna take for us to understand their personalities for a second before we know. But my favorite character, her name is Joellen. I like Delulus. I like mean girl Delulu people.
Boy, here we go.
Stirred up, and they really be cool. They be cool. I like that or whatever. Lord. But basically, she like tell everybody business. That's like her thing. But she don't never tell a lie though.
Okay. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch. So listen, listeners, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Definitely one to put on your list. Other new show that's coming out, I believe this week. This is in Carlos's world, and that is Belle Collective. Is it Birmingham?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's our girl Stormy, and I'm already seeing some previews, and I am here for it. So definitely put that on your list to watch. Get that some ratings. We want to see her show do really well. So expect us some commentary to have for the next time, coming through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Well, is there any other honorable mentions of shows that we need to make sure the listeners are looking out for?
It's too much. Oh, The Valley is back, Marla, just so you know. Oh, I thought
Valley
you knew that.
Persian style or
no,
Valley?
The white people. The white
people. Oh, okay, Mandy, already.
Yeah, the white people. They back.
Just say the regular Valley.
I mean, they white people.
Just say the regular Valley. There's a
original.
There's a black girl. There's a black girl.
Other girl.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna shout out a show that I know I'm early on, but will become as iconic as Vanderpump Rules. That Southern Hospitality, baby. Listen.
All of those shows are difficult because, well, I guess we'll talk about this.
Racial aspect, I know.
We're gonna talk about this in our bonus episode.
In our bonus episode, but like
race aside is busting.
Yes, race aside. Yes.
Okay. It gets tricky when we'll talk about it. Okay, so guys, that concludes our show for today. And yes, we did this in record time than what we typically do. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for Real Housewives of Atlanta. We got to give them their flowers, and I just really hope that it turns out to be a really great season. So, until next time, we will see y'all. Bye.
Bye.